The Succop Nature Park is located on 50 acres in Penn Township in Butler County, Pennsylvania. The Succop consists of 2 ponds, walking trails, woodlands, fields, and a shelter for events. Today's Succop Nature Park was settled by an Irish immigrant, Mr. John Mayharg. He settled in Penn Township in 1805. According to the website, the main portion of the house was built in 1830. Later on, the home and property were sold to T.W. Phillips, Jr. He was the son of the founder of T.W. Phillips Gas and Oil Company. After T.W. Phillips Jr. passed away, his daughter Margaret and her husband A. Craig Succop purchased the estate. Throughout the years, they invited the public to enjoy their property. Margaret and her husband Craig passed away in the 1990s. Tom, the Succop's eldest son, and his wife Joanne moved back to the family estate. They donated the estate to Butler County Community College. The college owned and operated the Succop Nature Park until 2011. That is when the Audubon Society of Western Pennsylvania took control. The Succop Nature Park is located at West Airport Road and Route 8. This land is prime real estate. Thankfully, the descendants decide to donate the land for the community to enjoy. This bank barn is used for weddings and events. It was constructed in 1886.
So cute. Where was this 10-15 years ago when my kids were little? It's a great little play area for kids. There's a silo. Some benches to sit and take a break and have lunch. But these displays are very hands-on. It makes for a perfect learning environment for small children. Oh, my son would have loved this whenever he was little. Here's the big red barn. They recently did some renovations to this barn. Looks like it's powered by the wind. This barn is a great place for weddings or gatherings. This is nice because it's fenced in. Here we come to one of 2 ponds on the property. Noise level is kind of high because Route 8 South borders the property. And plus you may hear airplanes flying over because Butler Airport is a mile down the road. Still, it's a peaceful place to hike. There's a little bit of greenery on the bushes starting to appear. These trees are just beautiful. And it's starting to snow. This is no April Fool's joke either. Today is April 1st. Feels more like January 1st. But hopefully it warms up next week. The grounds here at the Succop Nature Park are just beautiful. This is a popular place for weddings. These towers are for nesting birds. There's another one on the property. It's near the barn. And these are for chimney swifts. That way it gives them a place to nest and roost. The architecture is just beautiful. They don't make them like they used to. Not sure what this little side building is. It's still really cool looking. It has see the chimney through the trees. I'm not sure if it was a summer kitchen. Some homes had summer kitchens before air conditioning because firing up the wood stove or coal stove would heat up the house. This looks like it might have been a guest house at one time. This tree is called a pin oak. There are so many beautiful trees on this property. Here's one of the shelters that can be rented out. There's a beautiful view of the pond. No wonder this is an ideal place for weddings. The grounds are an ideal place to do wedding photos. Of course, when the weather is warmer, not on a day like today. Here is the second pond. You can hear the geese are having a nice conversation. Looks like we're going to have on and off snow showers all day long. There are trails here at the Succop. Just watch out for exposed roots and mud. But this is a great place to introduce small children to hiking in nature. This is one of my favorite views here at the Succop. Nice little bench. You can sit and enjoy the pond. This trail is a nice little stroll around the pond. Love all the birch trees. We're going to be seeing more birch trees here pretty soon. That is so neat how the birch trees are swaying towards the water. Here's a nice little footbridge. Like I said earlier, there are some muddy areas on the trails, so you just want to wear proper footwear. Good thing I wore my snow boots. Here's another area with birch trees. Another great area to view birch trees is the Marion Brooks Natural Area in Elk County. That is the largest area with birch trees south of the Canadian border. Another little tidbit: when hiking, try not to go off the trail to avoid mud, because when you go off the trail, it just tramples native plants. I know sometimes it's hard to avoid, but today I'm just going to slog through the mud. Here's another wet area. Now we enter the woods. It's maple syrup season. These trees are being tapped for delicious maple syrup. If you never had real maple syrup, you're missing out. They do sell it at the gift shop, and I did purchase some at the Audubon Society's Buffalo Creek Nature Park. That's another gift shop and natural area they have near the Monroe Road trailhead of the Butler Freeport Trail. I got some. It's delicious. Another place to buy real maple syrup is Jennings Environmental Center. They too tap their trees. Here's another vernal pond. Vernal ponds are where amphibians lay their eggs. Usually by late spring, early summer, they're dried up. Got a kettle. Nice little pine forest. The trails here at the Succop are rated as easy. There are no elevation change, which makes it a great place for beginner hikers or small children. These trails just make for a nice peaceful walk. Here's one of the soft pine trees. These can get really tall. This is a nice, easy trail. Let's see some goldenrods, leftover goldenrods. The north is dark sky, so we're probably going to be getting some snow showers here soon. Looks like the wildlife got to this small pine tree. Some trees are protected with deer excluders. They're like a fence that keeps wildlife away. You can see the grass is just starting to get green. Spring is just about to sprung. Spring has sprung, yeah. If you're ever caught outside during a thunderstorm, try to find an area with these small trees, like areas similar to this to hide in. Always crouch low to the ground, because lightning always looks for the tallest object, and you do not want to be the tallest object. And speaking of storms, if you know there's going to be a chance of storms, try not to venture too far away from shelter. That is why I say, before you hike, always check weather conditions, because you don't want to be caught off guard. Here we are back at the pond. These trails are loops. Winds are starting to pick up. Building is used for storage. Looks like it's really old. I can tell by the chimney and the air vents on top of the roof. These sheds may be used as chicken coops. If you haven't had fresh eggs, I suggest you try them. The brown eggs are delicious. I can tell whenever I bake, there's a difference whenever I use fresh eggs versus eggs from the grocery store. Here on the ground we have some stonework. Not sure what was here. But it's always neat to run into stuff like this. Not sure if there was a garden here or a little pond. But on the grass you can still see some of the stones. Nature is slowly taking over. Right to the brush there's some wetlands. This looks like this may have been a pond at one time. You can see where the ground is indented. Got a picnic table and a fire pit. I believe They have programs for children. They teach them survival skills and how to build a fire. They have a lot of wonderful educational programs which are worth checking out.